All right, good morning. It is Wednesday, January 22nd. January's almost gone. This year's already flying by. We're taking a look at NASDAQ here, taking a look at NQ. We've got price in an interesting location here, that most recent lower high on the intermediate term chart. Past couple of weeks, we've been talking about the significance of this formation in this series of lower highs. Price is now right here into that most recent lower high. And so essentially, what I'm going to be looking at for this morning is whether or not buyers can show acceptance above this 21,900, 21,800 zone. I'm going to be treating this 100-point area as a higher time frame zone, focusing on how that hourly, 2 hour, and 4 hour candle really develops in this area. And that'll primarily be for determining whether or not we start to see a larger shift in this intermediate term structure. As of this morning, what we really want to see is whether or not buyers can initially, off the open, hold the gap higher. We do have a gap higher. Let's take a look at yesterday's close. Yesterday's close is right there near 21,758. Looking at that 5-minute regular trading hours chart on TradingView, shows that Tuesday close right through there. And so is there going to be an attempt to fill the gap from sellers? TBD. No crystal ball, but gap rules definitely apply for this morning. We're about 100 points, more than 100 points from yesterday's close. NQ currently at 21,909, 21,908. So if we see a failure at 21,900 off the open here in about 2.5 minutes, again, we want to see if sellers are going to be able to fill this overnight gap. That open will be somewhere in this area, right through there, right through here. See if that gap fills, and if not, we'll see if there's going to be any attempt at a gap and go type of day. As far as economic data, we do have a print at 10 a.m. So watch for that 10 a.m. print. That's about it for today. Some bond auction later this afternoon, but outside of that, that is it. That is it. Intermediate term structure for now remains neutral. Near term is bullish. Taking a look at 15-minute. Yesterday, again, during the live stream, we were talking about near-term structure, kind of this near-term range right through here, right? If you include Monday's half session, a little bit of a range there, and now we see the breakout. So still pretty much in this critical zone, 21,900, 21,800 area. It's going to be that primary watch for this morning. We have 1 minute till the open. 21,900 is that main watch. Price currently already retesting during that pre-market overnight session and holding for now. Here's the level right through here. Session volume point of control is at 886. VWAP down there at 874. Just on its own. No other reference point there. And then the next major level down at 21,800. Hanging out with the prior day high. So let's see how we open up. 30 seconds. Nice bounce. Decent bounce here pre-market. Little bounce there. For those of you that can't wait for the bell. Nice little push. There's the open. There's your market open. What's our price? 913. Check the visual of the gap. Big gap higher. There's 900 holding. NQ into overnight high, up and through overnight high. I could not find an entry I loved. But there's a nice push right there. $9.50. That's a strong open. Yeah, I think you had to be in during that pre-market to really get a decent entry there on that push. I was looking at the retest after the bell. It just was not that clean. There's 970, 21 970. So right as of right now, we have a gap and go. There's 980. Now we're just shy from 22K. It'll be a big psychological level. Definitely a level of interest. Pretty explosive move here. You could probably already start to take those fibs. Looking at the RTH move for the fibs. There you go, right back down into the 38% retracement. Man, these are some wide markets. Wide, wide, wide. So let's see if we get a retest into overnight high. Overnight high is right near that 61% retracement. Looks like 21,930 area. NQ almost into the 50%. 5-minute opening 5-minute bar is about to close here in 1 second. Obviously is pretty bullish there. So almost into that 50% retrace. 50% is 942. There it is. So just as fast as it bounced, we're back into that overnight high. See the reaction here. See if it's worthwhile. Looks like pretty much no interest there so far. 930 is the area to watch. 935. Back up into that 23% fib. See if a structure actually starts to build out. Sitting on that overnight high. This is the area to watch. Fib buy zone, does it hold? Or do sellers get back into the low there? Pretty much the last real reference point through here before the session low. Buyers need a break of 6.5. And you may see a retest up into session highs and then 22K. There's your push. A lot of whipsaw here. Whipsaw, I gave it a couple of attempts for like probably 10 points. Don't love this action right now, or more so the location. Don't love the location. So You can see my tight trails there. Give it 2 attempts. Will not give it a third. If I try an idea twice and it doesn't go, I might be too early or I might just be wrong. So now I wait. Now I wait. Third time could be the charm. It's just not, at that point, it's not worth it for me. I just don't have that much conviction in an overnight high right here. As of right now, price is still within that opening 5-minute range. Structure is definitely getting tighter here. There's our kind of boundary points. Overnight high, 61% fib. And then this area, 965. Look at the volume. What's going on with the volume? That volume's already tapering out. All right, back into that 965. Like I said earlier, buyers need a break here. 965 up into session high. Yeah, we've got a 10 a.m. print. There we go, almost into the highs. Session high 981 and 3/4. Here it comes. Third time was indeed the charm. Third test there. No new high made. You guys brewing up your own FOMO there in the chat or what? What's going on? Brewing up some delightful, emotionally charged late morning trades? Oh, man. Providing liquidity? Nice. Thank you. Thank you. So at this point, waiting for the structure to break. Essentially, I want to see price break that opening 5-minute bar or 10 a.m. Need one of those two things, ideally both. But take a look at your 5-minute chart here. Still have price just definitely looks better, but still within that opening 5-minute bar. Is the point. NQ back into the highs right here. Gap is held. Gap rules apply, so you should not be shorting yet if you follow gap rules, at least until 10 a.m. 10 minutes till 10 a.m. Where's your new high of day? All right, that little intraday structure's been resolved. Now we get into 22K. No new trades for me, still just with a couple of attempts on that initial pullback there. Staying patient. Staying patient. NQ just shy of that 22K now. It's getting in there. Gap and go. We haven't seen the gap and go in a while. It's been a lot of gap and crap. Must be Netflix. No, Netflix sold off the open. Not Netflix. There's 22K. So about 5.5 minutes till 10 a.m. Looking at the reaction to 22K. Vertical. Vertical. Data in 4 minutes. Got the opening drive so far as a decent setup, and then the overnight high retest. Pretty much the only two plays I've seen personally. That overnight high retest was tough to hold on to. A lot of whips all through there. Tough one to hold. 3 minutes till 10 a.m. May as well delete the fib. Intermediate term structure showing that change in character. Being a bullish backdrop soon enough. All right, let's see this data. 30 seconds. NQ, nearest level of interest, 22K. Stays on watch. All right, looks like nothing burger print. The old nothing burger. NQ coming back into the highs. See if we get some fresh highs post 10 a.m. Keep an eye on this 5 minute. There's a little washout for you. This market is something else. Wow. Wide, wide, wide. Tape bomb. Is that a tape bomb? The Bumba? Let's see if 22K holds here. 22K. Yeah, I don't see any news, by the way. I don't think that was a tape bomb, sir. Not that I see. Yeah, no news. No news. No noodles. Might start to see that volume point of control shift. Maybe another 5-10 minutes in this current structure up here near 22K. 22K holding pretty nicely so far, halfway to target. Good spot to trim. I got shaken out of that one too. No conviction. No conviction today. We'll take it though. Equity curve is moving in the right direction. We'll take it. We'll take it. The day is young. The day is young. Yeah, Misha, that little higher low was nice. That was my stream text today. Albert, yeah, that 22K long. Probably want to start trimming. It's like 90% to target if you're in there. Good example today of why you don't just blindly trade momentum with levels. Like imagine you shorted below 22K. Like, it's failing. I'm gonna short. No setup or anything. Full stop. Annihilated. Annihilated for chasing. OCR? I have no idea what that is. OCR? No new high was made there on NQ. There's your new high of day. There we go. 22K longs getting paid. Shallow fib with the level of interest. That'll be our third top opportunity of the morning. Yeah, we take those, Dom. We take those. Up and to the right. So now just watching intraday structure as well as any visits back into that 22K area. 22,100 is your next upside level. It was just a straight gap and go day. Gap and go, new highs post 10 a.m. A potential change in character day for the intermediate term structure, like we talked about a few times now. Look at that daily. All right, later, Albert. Take care, man. This has been a pretty uneventful day on my end so far. $22K, that pullback, you actually have a decent pullback there. What you really want to look for is an extension above the level. That's going to be a little bit subjective, but I like a decent structure to push above the level of interest. So if it was 22,005, right, and you're like, oh, it's a 5 point pullback. That's not really. That's like a blip in price. About 30 points, and then a pullback down into 980. Like if we actually look at this pullback, it's a 53-point pullback. Price test, 38% fib, almost a 50% fib, honestly. But more importantly, test intraday structure points right through here. Quickly retraces. I don't know how you would have gotten involved below this, or if you would have even wanted to. But once it reclaims 22K, that's a pretty good entry if you ask me. I tried it, but I just got shaken. I had pretty limited conviction there. Shaken out. Better entry is actually that micro higher low right at 22K. You can see about 2 minutes after I got trailed. Volume's really tapering down now, unfortunately. Got our first print below minimum threshold. You can see a little bit of barcode setting up on the 1 minute. Let's see. Tomorrow we have jobless claims in the morning, and then MCS on Friday. Just kind of looking ahead. Looks like volume point of control just shifted. It's now overhead. It just gets into that shallow fib, instantly bounces. Christopher, call your broker. Tell him you want a refund. Trade refund. See what they say. Dang. No money back guaranteed on failed trades. Need a new broker, man. NQ, a little bit of a mid morning structure building out here. Session volume point of control currently overhead. Let's take a look at the other indices. We've got, looks like YM held that prior day high pretty nicely. Good test of overnight high to the tick there on YM. Russell just sitting on the overnight low. Knocked down at that prior day volume point of control. And then ES. ES, a little bit of a pullback here as well. About 1 hour into the sesh. Pretty slow on my end. How's the morning for everyone else? How are we doing? How is it out there? Cash. No trade day. Nada. Session volume point of control shifted 7 points lower, now into 22.015. Dom says slow. Small base hit off overnight high. No trade day. Decent. 1 of 1. Yeah, unless you're in that opening drive or you manage to hold the overnight high retest into the session high. It's been a slow morning, right? Base hit to pass combine. Nice, Rich. Nicely done. That's always a good feeling. Congrats. A little consolidation here. No trades for me in this location personally. Got this next 30-minute bar closing up right now. It's currently a doji. A little bit of exhaustion. NQ still not even at a 1 ATR move for today. Current move, including overnight, is 268. And normal ATR is 391. Neutral bullish backdrop probably flips to bullish at the end of the day. There's 22K holding again. Just shy of session highs now. I'll probably take my small green day and call it here shortly. Or at least call it a morning. What I'd like to see is how this structure that price is currently in continues to build. So do we see this continue to trade late morning and then give the next leg? Or do we get a break of 22K? Maybe VWAP trades up into the fib buy zone. Test in that area. TBD. NQ just shy of the highs here. Retest of 22K held. No position personally. Yeah, that could definitely work. Let's see how that structure builds. Got Russell into session lows. YM into VWAP. ES just consolidating a bit. All right, I think this needs a little bit of time, so I'm going to call it here. We'll be watching for those scenarios just discussed. See how that late morning structure builds out. Keep it going in the think tank. But we've got a pretty well-defined structure in the works right now, so pretty slow morning, honestly. Decent move in the market, but as far as setups, it's tough. Tricky. Tricky. That's the nature of the beast, though. That's trading for you. All right, folks. Congrats again, Rich, on passing your combine. See you guys in the think tank.